I was in the middle of explaining my team metaphor and got a phone call. So I'm going to go back to this, talk about these three captains that are each starting from this home point. Did that one now. This right and away team. I want to make sure I understand that, and it's easiest to do it when I think of all these three same lines that are going in this same direction. Because sometimes, you might pick a point and think, does it go to that vanishing point? Does it go to that one? Does it go... anyways, so this one is going to angle this way towards that vanishing point. This one is on this left and away team and reinforcing the lines in my brain that makes up that particular team. That's not brilliant, but I'm not going to worry about it just too much because I'm trying to just reinforce the concept. These top faces can, if they're very thin, or the bottom faces if they're, I moved away from the mic, very thin and you're not seeing much, they can be pretty tricky. And it might behoove you to bust out an actual ruler to help with those. And perhaps I'll do an example of that here. So there is no rule that says you can't use either a traditional ruler or a piece of paper as a little straight edge to help go from that point to that point. That one to that one. There to there. And there to there. Now, same idea. Now that I've done that, I'm going to choose a right edge and a left edge. Strengthen up what I have. Mess up what I have. And go back home. It's making me think of George Carlin. Anyways, thinking this is home, and there's three main teams. There's the up-down team, there's the right-away team, and the left-away team. I'm going to think about everybody who's on the up-down team. Already got those guys. Next, let's do the right and away team. That includes you, and this point going that way. And hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. And I will knock my camera, and then I'll check to see how much I knocked it, and it looks like it's still okay. And I'm not going to edit that out. But I am going to use this ruler, and for this particular scenario, to kind of help really get a better sense of how tricky it is to draw this face that's either on the top when you're above it, or below if you're below it. Wait a minute, I don't know that I said that right, but I think you understand. The top face if it's below me, and the bottom face if it's above me. So there's that one, and that one, and that one. Let's do a, oh, I didn't shade this one in. Let's do a one like this. It sort of represents like a maybe a flat, maybe a big piece of wood or something. Maybe a tabletop. But still following the same ideas. Doing these horizontal endpoints from vanishing points. Square things up, make sure I'm somewhat squared up. And let's try a scenario where it's all the way, this line, this front closest edge to us is all the way, obviously all the way below, and quite a bit below, but not really that tall of a line, of an edge. And it is the same principles. Here's my perspective guidelines. And I'm gonna, maybe it's a giant, maybe it's a big checkers board or something that I will figure out how to draw the checkers. And the checkerboard pattern too. That's what I meant to say the first time, really. I may need to take a perspective drawing class for that. But in this scenario, when it's quite a bit below our eye level, it's going to be easier to draw this top face. It still helps me to think of my teams. That's still home base right there. I got the up-downs, a very short team, the up-downs, and the right and away, right away, right and away. That one's the right and away. Now I'm going to do the left and away by sketching this guideline. So that's the idea for that. And let's see. When I'm shading, I usually do try to identify everything is going to be in shade and give that one pass of the same value, and then I'm talking about shading again. I said I wasn't going to do that. But hopefully, if you have questions, let me know. So now let's do some scenarios where we are below the box. similar way, we're going to strengthen things up and add the rest of our verticals. Also known as the up-downs. And it's sort of, as you can tell, it's inverted. This home point, when the box is below us, is going to there'll be some sort of kind of a Y shape. But now it's an inverted Y. I'm making sure I think of the point that's closest to me and the edge that goes straight up and down, and the one that's still right in a way, and the one that's left in a way. But they'll be angling down this time. So let's see. Here's the up-downs. Let's do the right in a ways. That was one. That's the other. I come back and refresh, and then sketch that last one. Now the left a ways. And team captain. Boom. There's the other one. Reinforcement. And then this last one. Like that. And I'm going to shade these sort of kind of the bottom side wouldn't be getting any light most likely, so would be darkest. Let's do one more here of the box above scenario, box above us. That's the closest edge. Perspective guidelines. To these vanishing points that we've, never mind, completes the up-down team. I'm going to strengthen in the rest. Those are my left, that is my left away team. I can still sort of play with that metaphor. So here's home base, the up downs, back to home base to regroup. Here's the left aways. There's 1, 2, so I need one more, and that's going to start over here and go in the same direction as those guys. Following that guideline. I don't know how long that's going to be until I do this last one. I do find these, like I've already mentioned, much trickier. And by all means, can use a ruler or something that helps you at least get a sporting chance, and make sure you just sort of get the idea. There's time to practice how to make that straight line, even though it's confusing. So let's see, this is our last one. I'm going to shade here. There, maybe try to even everything up a little bit. And then this bottom side. Make it dark, dark. So check that out. Do it a bunch and write down questions. Bye now.